Hey guys, hope you're all keeping really well. Hope you had a lovely day and a lovely week. Welcome to Module 9 of your mindset course. So I hope you have been going over all the other modules and that you're practicing all the tasks that have been listed in each of them. As usual, to begin, I'm just going to go down through a quick recap of everything that we've covered so far before moving on to this week's topic. So the first week was goal setting. So your long term, your medium term, and your short term goals. Figuring out, your reason why you are doing what you're doing, how important your goals are to you, what they're going to mean to you, and the emotional connection that you need to have with that why. So important. Then we moved on in Module 2 to visualization. So the importance of actually visualizing your goal in your mind before it's come to being in reality, because as you know and as we've discussed, thoughts become things, and we first must experience it in our mind before it happens in reality, when we're talking about goals and beliefs and dreams and visions and all that. So visualization sets up neural connections in the brain and puts out an energy force, an energy field, that helps you to draw in people and opportunities into your life that is going to help to bring about your vision. So that is so important. Every single day that needs to be addressed. Like I've said in the past, it's not about just doing it on a Monday and a Wednesday, or sporadically, or when you feel like you need to. Often as well, when things aren't going your way, or you feel like, you're trying your best and things just aren't happening right away, you kind of give up on it, but that's when you need to do it the most. It's easy to stay positive when things are going your way, when things are manifesting, when things are happening. And I've had a load of emails coming in, which is great, with people telling me different things that jobs and other things that they had put on their goal list and that they visualized coming into being, and that's fantastic, and I'm so happy to hear it. But I also, want you just to remember that when things aren't going your way, when things aren't happening right away, it doesn't mean that they're not going to happen. It means that you need to continue to believe and you need to visualize, and not give up hope. Then we talked about limiting beliefs in Module 3, so things that were holding you back, and changing them into new empowering beliefs. Then in Module 4, we looked at taking action. So, we can have all the visualization in the world, we can have all the goals in the world, but if we aren't taking action in line with where we want to go, we are not going to achieve our goals. So, it's not a matter of just thinking it and summoning it into being. You must take action in line with your thoughts. So taking action, and we discussed the 7 action steps that you should be writing down every single day and addressing them in order of priority. So you can't move on to number 2 until number 1 is done. Module 5, then we looked at self-image, so how you see yourself, and this is formed based around your past, things that may have been said to you in the past by family members, teachers, and past relationships, whatever it is. And this all these things come together to form the basis of your self-image and what you believe about yourself. But it doesn't mean that it is the actual truth. So you need to think about your own self-image, and have you got any beliefs about yourself that may have stemmed from the past or stemmed from other people in your past that have had an impact on this self-image, and going about changing that, going into your visualization and seeing yourself as the person with all the attributes that you wish to have, and not as the person that you have believed yourself to be which is holding you back from achieving all your goals and dreams. So that was module 5. Then module 6, we focused on the power of attention. So, where we put our thoughts and where we put our focus is so important, that if we focus on what we want, we will draw into our lives what we want, but it has to be to the exclusion of everything else, whereas too often in life people put their attention on what they don't want, and then they keep saying, oh, this always happens to me, I always have the bad luck, but it's because that's where your attention is lying. So it's a matter of changing that around. You have to really concentrate on what you focus on what you want and not what you don't want. Module 7, then we looked at gratitude, so the importance of being grateful for all that you have in order to draw more things to be grateful for into your life. It's easy to, say, oh, I wish I had X, Y, and Z, but do you actually sit back and think to yourself, my God, I'm so privileged to be able to get up, to be able to walk, to have the power of my legs, to be able to go to the gym, to be able to, get in the car and drive to work or walk to work, or, be able to get on public transport. Do you actually appreciate what you can do, as opposed to dwelling on, what I have isn't enough? Because if you're in a mindset whereby you're living in a kind of a scarcity mindset where you feel like you haven't enough, or you're always broke, or you haven't got money, well then that's what you're going to continuously find yourself, the position you find yourself in. So you need to be grateful for as little as it is that you have. You need to be grateful for that in order to draw more things into your life to be grateful for. And then last week we looked at the comfort zone. So the comfort zone is, like I say, it's the most dangerous place to be. Things are comfortable there, but you'll never achieve your true potential there. And to me, one of the worst things in life is to live your life and not actually fulfill your potential, or not even have the courage to take risks and to see what you can do, and for me, stepping outside of the comfort zone is where all change happens, and it is necessary to do that in order to achieve what you would like to achieve in life. You can settle, you can stay in your comfort zone, but it's not actually going to give you the most fulfilling life. It's not going to give you everything that life has to offer. But if you're brave enough to step outside of your comfort zone, well then you can open so many more doors to yourself, to your goals, to your dreams, to your vision, to your beliefs, to opportunities, to people, whatever it is. But it's not going to happen by just staying where is comfortable. That is not where change happens. So like I said, last week we spoke about stepping outside of the comfort zone and seeing, your completed goal as if you're seeing yourself as you want to be, with the high self-image that we've spoken about, the person who can, effortlessly expand your comfort zone and deal with any of the obstacles in a more elegant way. Because when you step outside of the comfort zone, it's not just a license to achieve all your goals and dreams because you've had the courage to step outside the comfort zone. That's not how it works. But you are more confident, you have more self-assurance, you are able to overcome challenges, and it's by overcoming challenges outside of your comfort zone that you tell the universe, or the powers that be, whatever it is, how determined you are to achieve your goal, through persistence, through consistency, through overcoming hurdle upon hurdle upon hurdle. People can throw X, Y, and Z at you, and you just basically say, it's a matter of, knock me down as many times, see how many times I can stand back up, and you just keep going, you keep persevering, because your dream, your vision, it will not be stopped from you, and that is such a huge part of stepping outside of your comfort zone. So this week what we're going to talk about is we're going to discuss mastering your emotions. So to bring your most confident, charismatic self to any challenge. You need to learn the basic building blocks of any emotional state and practice feeling the way you want to feel in an instant. So emotions often drive behavior. People can, say something to you, and the emotion of that drives your behavior. So you need to be able to stop, assess, and even before you act, think about the emotions that are being evoked in you. Is it going to be constructive towards your goal, or is it going to be destructive? And having that kind of moment before you explode or you act in order to assess the situation and assess the emotions that you have built up inside of you. What is going to serve you going forward? And are you just doing something out of frustration, out of anger? Are you letting somebody kind of dictate your behavior because they've gotten under your skin or whatever it is? How do you manage these feelings? And that's what we're going to look at. So, have you ever discussed an event, say, with somebody else, and one person, could have one experience, and another person can see the exact same event but see it in a totally different way to you? How is it possible to both be in the same place and yet experience it so differently? And this happens, time and time again. But the difference is the emotional state that you're in at the time. Somebody will say something to me like, oh, Jesus, I was in the supermarket and did you see Mary and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, no, I didn't see Mary. I'm so at a happy place within myself that I don't dwell on negativity or what anybody else is doing, but somebody else will actually dwell on negative things. So their experience of, a situation, it could be just so totally different to my experience that I wouldn't even see what they've seen. And they certainly won't have seen the positive that I would have seen. But that's how, you can be in the exact same place and two people can experience things completely different. Emotions such as love, anger, frustration, fear, apathy, sadness, these are all states, and we constantly go in and out of these states all day long. An emotional state can be described as a thought or a series of thoughts that produce chemical feelings that match those thoughts. So, you can have all these thoughts, and it's fine to have these thoughts, but it's how are they impacting on your decisions? How are they impacting on your life? Are they holding you back? All emotions are important. All emotions, it's important to feel, it's really important to feel, but it's how do they impact you, and is it somebody else's kind of emotions or niggles or whatever it is that is impacting on your emotions and your behaviors? Because the important thing is to be in control of your own emotions, that they're yours and you own them, and you don't give that control to somebody else. Okay, there's certain things, that is going to be within the control of somebody else as well, like I suppose love or whatever it is, but this is a positive emotion, and that's okay. But I'm talking about people that induce kind of like anger, negative kind of thoughts and feelings within you. So an emotional state is the mood that you're in at any given time. And in life, we've all experienced unresourceful states, including depression, anger, fear, resentment. And similarly, we have all had times when we're filled with resourceful states: happiness, confidence, inspiration, optimism, joy, determination. So, where do our feelings come from? And at a first glance, it can be it can appear that they just happen to us, or are results of events outside of ourselves. But the reality is that there's an internal process inside ourselves that takes place in the gap between the event and your reaction to it. So like I was speaking about before, do you explode within when somebody evokes a certain emotion within you? So, you can notice things that are happening in somebody else and in yourself as well, such as, changes in posture, breathing. Your breathing can become, quicker, shallower, muscle tension you can actually feel. If you get a sense of anger, your clenched fist, you feel it, it takes over your body. These are all signs of, emotions taking over your body. Facial expressions, they all affect it. They all affect our feelings and our behavior, and they're all direct signs as to how we are feeling and how somebody is inflicting emotions within us. So, think of a time that you felt angry, feel like, what did you feel in your body? How did your face look? How did your muscles feel? How did your breathing, did you get hot? Like, all these things happen. These are chemical reactions in your body, reacting to the emotion. So, the other key determining factor to how we feel is also self-talk that we have going on in our heads and pictures that we make in our imagination. So, I've touched on this as well with your mental movie and your mental rehearsal. But in life, we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. So the feelings, the pictures, the sounds are representation of reality. It's our reality, it's not reality itself, because everybody has a different interpretation of reality. So your internal representation of reality is completely unique to you. Like, I can't say, this is reality. Well, it's reality for me, but it may not be reality for you. But, it's a matter of understanding your interpretation of reality. This is your map of the world. It's your own personal way of perceiving the world. And does your way serve you, or does it hinder you? Is it a positive interpretation, or is it a negative interpretation? Do you put a positive spin on things, or do you see the negative in things? How is your perception sculpting and framing your life? How is it helping you towards your goals, or how is it holding you back from your goals? And our own perception, it's incomplete. It's filled with generalizations. And this is why two people can witness the exact same event but experience it completely different. So, just for an example, say, you were asked to go to a party, you were feeling really awkward and, you felt alone at the party, nobody was talking to you, you didn't know anybody, you felt really out of place, you were in a crowd, but you were feeling all on your own, you felt awkward and just uncomfortable being there. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you actually want to be at that party? Now think about the same situation, but this time you're a person and you walk into the party and immediately your presence is noticed, You feel secure and confident, you feel powerful, expansive, you're in control, and you literally light up the room. People are coming over to you, you're the life and the soul of the party and everyone wants to be near you, everyone wants to talk to you, you're laughing and joking and having such a good time. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want to be there now? Now, it's the same party, but this is two different people experiencing it in a total different way. So, how they feel emotionally is going to be as a result of their, perception of the event and how they feel at the event. So if you can see the difference between these two scenarios, you can see how important it is to have the right pictures, the right sounds, the right feelings within your own body. And this is going to impact on every second of your life, Yet we pay so much more attention to the images and pictures that we see on the TV screen than the own movies that we have in our minds. That's literally determining our life path and where we're going and our level of happiness. So what you need to do is you need to learn to change the pictures, the sounds, and the feelings in your own mind. And then you'll begin to gain conscious control of your life. So it's an awareness as well of these pictures, feelings, and self-talk is the first step in order to change it. And often when people are trying to picture things in their mind, they have kind of a difficulty seeing things clearly. And they may say, oh, I can't visualize, I just can't see it. But that's not true, because we can all see pictures in our mind. Close your eyes and, answer just these questions and see, can you put a picture up in your mind? Think of your front door. What does it look like? What color is it? What side is the door handle on? Can you see that in your mind? Because if you can create a picture. What does your car look like? What is what does your best friend look like? All these things, you can just straight away go into your mind and bring up a picture of all these things. And it's the same for creating your future, creating your vision. You construct the pictures in your mind, and you are in control of what you allow to be in your mind, So in order to answer those questions, you had to go into your mind and you had to access pictures. These pictures don't have to be of photo quality, but you can learn to bring up the quality through practice as well. We all have the ability to talk to ourselves and change the pictures in our mind with our thoughts. Our thoughts can be uplifting and empower us. Think of your favorite song. Think of a place you like to go for tranquility, the ocean. Think of the voice of somebody that you love. But on the other hand, you can have pictures of, an argument that you keep replaying in your head over and over and over again. People that have been annoying you, people that have been niggling you, people that have been giving you grief, but you choose what you focus on, and you choose how those pictures are. And you can change the pictures in order to create a more powerful and positive feeling, So often people ask me, if you visualize something you want, yet you don't have the confidence in your vision, can you achieve it? Well, what I would say is a level of belief is so, so, so important, and the clear vision, but you need to go in and you need to start working on that vision. If you don't feel like it's clear enough, if you don't feel like it's ingrained, if you don't feel like you can really achieve it, you need to, ask yourself, how am I visualizing this? What is the dominant feature in my visualization? And many people, when they're visualizing, actually dissociate when they're visualizing. And this means standing outside of the picture and looking on at themselves from a distance. And the mind then interprets this as something far off in the future, and that you're telling your mind that this is not you actually succeeding, it's someone else succeeding. So what you need to do in order to make it more clear, more vivid, and more powerful is you need to associate with the vision. You need to step into the vision and be looking out through your own eyes. You need to take any fears that you have, any doubts, and shrink them down in your mind. Make them tiny, 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 minuscule dots. Reduce the colour of the fears to black and white. Put them far, far away into the distance, and then make the pictures of what you want to achieve closer to you, bigger, bolder, brighter. If you have sound in your vision, make sure that what you want is nice and loud. Things that you don't want are muffled and in the distance. Images that you want, they have to be bigger, they have to be brighter, and they have to be bolder. Images that are bigger, brighter, and bolder have bigger emotional intensity than those that are duller, dimmer, and further away. So diminish unpleasant experiences. In order to diminish unpleasant experiences, you need to dissociate from them. Step out of what you don't want and into what you do. If the pictures are moving, and you don't want whatever it is moving in your vision, make it still. Make it smaller, make it quieter, and make the things that you do want louder, bigger, brighter, and with more movement. And to intensify resourceful experiences, you need to step into the picture and fully associate with it. Make it bigger, brighter, bolder. What you experience moment to moment is a direct result of the pictures, feelings, and sounds that you are making in your mind, along with the posture that you are holding yourself in. So this is how you take control of your state. You no longer have to be a victim of circumstance, at the mercy of other people's actions to make you feel a particular way, or letting other people's emotions or other people's words affect your emotional state. You dissociate with this. You make it smaller, push it further away, and the things that you do want in your life, the things that make you happy, you bring those closer to you and focus on those. Often people allow the state that they are in be dictated by how, maybe their significant other is feeling. And if they're feeling low, well then it's going to be a bad day all round. But it doesn't have to be that way. Take control of your own emotional state, manage your own emotions, focus on yourself, focus on the good, focus on what you want to attract, and make sure that your self-talk is positive. So by taking responsibility for the pictures in your own mind, the things that you say to yourself and the tone of voice that you say them in, you're creating internally a representation and emotional state that is going to be supportive of your goals, your dreams, and your vision. And now with your body language, you choose how you want to think, you choose how you want to feel, and you choose how you want to act. And then others will perceive you based on what you have chosen about what you want to be, who you want to be, and the state of mind you want to be in. So it is so important to take control of your own emotions and not let other people dictate your emotions for you. You are always in control. You cannot put blame on anybody else for you feeling a certain way. It's your choice, and you can always choose to feel, happy, good, focus on, the positive things. And it's not always easy, but it's so, so, so important. So that's it for this week on managing your emotions. Remember the importance of associating with what you want to achieve and dissociating with anything that is negative, with anything that doesn't serve you, doesn't serve your goals, your dreams, your visions. So now this week, when you're going into your visualization, you're going into your goals, I want you to use this tool of association with the positive, bigger, brighter, bolder, louder, everything. Make it that intense. And then fears, doubts, you're going to dissociate with them. So you're going to push them away. You're going to make them all muffled. You're going to make them black and white. You're going to push them off into the distance. And this is going to help you to bring the things that you want closer to you in your mind, in your subconscious, and this is going to carry over then into what you're drawing into your life in order to help you to achieve your goals, dreams, beliefs, visions, all the rest. I want you to continue on with everything: your goal setting, your action steps, your visualization, your self-belief, your stepping outside the comfort zone. All this, your positive mantras, day by day in every way, I'm getting more and more confident. Day by day in every way, whatever it is that you want to draw into your life, you need to be focusing on these as well. We worked on the power of attention. We looked at the black dot, on focusing. And you don't have to, have a black dot, even if you're sitting in a room and you can focus on something and stay there and just focus on it for like 2 to 3 minutes. that is doing that task. And just keep going, making sure that it's consistent, that you're, positive, you're staying in the right mind frame. And I hope this has helped you. As always, I love feedback. I'm absolutely loving the emails that I'm getting in. Thank you so much. And have a wonderful, wonderful week. And I shall talk to you soon.